Welcome to week 4 of the 90-day challenge to reclaim the authentic you. Over the previous weeks, we've covered a number of themes. Last week, we touched upon approaching our inner critic from a place of self-compassion and kindness. And this week, we're going to build upon that resilience within ourselves, whether it's emotional or mental, but we're actually going to approach it from that place of kindness and compassion. It's not about building strength by pushing through and keep going when the going gets tough, just so we can actually seek external validation that we're doing the right thing. We need to tap in internally with ourselves so we can come from a place of authenticity and we're not burning ourselves out. So just like the previous weeks, I'm going to cover 7 micro tasks and activities, whether it is questions for you to self-reflect or activities for you to actually do. And it all starts with you choosing to reconnect with who you truly are. So if this is a topic that's resonating and you've not watched the previous videos, then please stick around. I'll link the playlist. I'll add it to the end of the video so you can go back and watch some of the other content. But this week, it's all about building that emotional and mental resilience through kindness. So on day 1, it's about becoming aware of what you're actually feeling. Name it. It might be I'm feeling a bit sad today, or I'm feeling annoyed, angry, frustrated, joyful, content, fulfilled. Whatever it is, give it a name. Acknowledge it, accept that it exists, and then you can actually not judge it, because even if it is what you would deem as a negative emotion, the reality is our emotions come and go. They're like waves, they can be up and down. It's about how we navigate them. But in order for us to navigate them, we need to become aware of them. So on day 1, it's about naming what you're actually feeling. And if you're experiencing lots of emotions, lots of feelings in a day, then name them all. Become aware that you're not just happy or sad, that there's nuances, there's a lot more emotions that you may have never been aware of before. So this is about you taking a moment and tapping in and becoming aware of what you're feeling and give it a name. Then on day 2, it's about being vulnerable with yourself and asking for support if necessary. We have been conditioned that strength is about us pushing through, putting a brave face, putting on the mask that we've got it all figured out and all together, because we can't show people that we might be having a difficult day, we might be experiencing a tough week, or there might be things that are happening in our lives that make us vulnerable and susceptible to criticism and judgment from other people. But the reality is, we're all navigating this. We just are not always honest and upfront and willing to share. And there's been a lot of talk in social media and in the press over the past few years, post-COVID in particular, about mental health and mental well-being, but there's also the emotional aspects of that. We're all human, experiencing this life experiencing and navigating tough things, hard things at times. Now, you being able to sort of like vulnerably state that you are experiencing that doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you different to everyone else. If anything, it makes you more relatable. And you would be surprised how many people around you may have navigated a similar situation than what you're experiencing, and they can offer you support. Whether it is they can offer you some advice, guidance, because they've walked that path before you, or they can offer you a shoulder for you to lean on, a hand for you to hold when it gets too tough, and you just need to know that there's someone there. Now, if you've got that connection on a face-to-face basis, you can get a hug, you can get that human connection as well. If it is virtual, you can hold space. You can sit with someone, or they can actually tell you what they're experiencing. Don't judge them, but be there for them. Just give them that sounding board, because this is what we say about journaling, and through my kind of coaching practice, it's about getting out of here helps you getting out of your head, out of the internal dialogue that could end up spiraling into a very negative, ruminating, kind of overthinking, overanalyzing kind of loop, and getting it down on paper or on a voice note or sharing it with someone. Now, that someone might be a friend, it might be someone that you actually trust. In some instances, the support needs to be a little bit more of an arm's length, and there are groups you can find both on like various social media platforms. But if that just feels too vulnerable, there are people that are willing to work with you in order for you to create that safe space where you can actually really tap in and give articulation, give it the words of what you're feeling and what you're experiencing, and get the guidance. Now, it doesn't all have to be paid work. There are voluntary charitable organizations. There's a lot of content on YouTube. There's a lot of content creators that have navigated a lot of tough stuff, and they can give you their tips, just like what I'm sharing now. So you're not alone, but you need to become vulnerable and open, even to yourself, that you are aware that you are experiencing a tough time. And it's about not staying in that. It's about coming up with kind of solutions and ways forward. And the solutions might be that you need to take little check-ins. And that leads me into day 3. It's about doing one kind thing for yourself. Whether that is just pause when you wake up in the morning, ground yourself and cloak yourself, protect your energy, check in with your body. How am I feeling? Someone on LinkedIn today posted that they listened to a 10-minute headspace meditation, and that sets them up for the day ahead. I personally listen to my rapid transformational therapy hypnosis audios because I've done a lot of inner work and worked with therapists and fellow colleagues. And I tap in to those recordings that are anything from like 15 minutes to maybe 20 minutes long. And that sort of rewires my brain and sets me up for the day ahead. So whatever works for you, but do one kind thing for yourself. Then on day 4, it's about rewiring the stories that we tell ourselves, because what this brain creates in terms of thoughts and stories and patterns of behavior are not all true. They are things that you have sort of like been conditioned, you have learned, you have repeated multiple times, and they almost become a habit. It is something that you do and you don't even realize that you're actually doing. And sometimes those stories make you play small, make you not show up. So if you were in that kind of day 2 and you realize that, yeah, you're going through a hard time right now and support is what you actually need, but you don't even know where to look for that support. AI nowadays, go into whatever your AI is and sort of tap in, where can I find local support, and or where can I find online support, and provide a little bit of information of what you're experiencing, and you'll be absolutely amazed at how much information it actually provides you. So there is no excuse for you not to get started, but it's about listening to those stories and then sort of like deciding, well, no, I'm not going to say that I'm going to, in order for me to be emotionally and mentally resilient, I need to keep pushing through, I need to keep showing up, and I need to keep suffering in silence. Rewrite that story. You see my voice, I'm feeling so emotive and passionate about this. My voice broke there because we need to be heard. We need our internal struggles to be normalized And the only way that they can be normalized is by us ourselves being open to being aware of what they are, so then we can actually do something about it, because otherwise you're just in that perpetual negative loop. Then on day 5, it's about celebrating about being consistent, about showing up. Whether this is the first video that you're watching, or whether this is your 4th, or maybe you've just dipped in and seen some of the previous ones, whatever it is, if you consistently get up each day and you choose to take some action, be kind to yourself, check in with yourself, do one kind thing for yourself, name the emotion that you're experiencing when you are experiencing it, rather than just wanting to distract, dissociate, and like ignore what's happening. And then the suffering just bubbles and festers and becomes louder and louder. So it is important that you celebrate that you are consistently showing up. Now, the showing up might be, it's a very small step and you don't even think it's making any it's creating any benefit. You're not seeing any tangible results. But maybe you're just too close to the detail. And this is the whole point of this 90-day challenge, that over the 13 weeks, we're going to do these little micro tasks and activities where we're tapping in, reconnecting with who we truly are, and seeing what works, what doesn't work, what we want to lean more into, where we maybe have more work that we need to do. And when I say need to do, we get to do this, because this is, as I said on week 1, this is a choice. You get to choose whether you change, whether you take action, whether you just keep doing what you're doing. It's all your choice. You get. Life is presenting you with these opportunities. And this video, if you've not a regular viewer, you've decided something resonated within you to click and watch, and you're watching 12 minutes in. So maybe listen to what is actually happening inside you. And by doing that, you will find all the answers that you need to. But taking the consistent action is what is building that kind of memory muscle. And then it will eventually become a habit. And hopefully it will be positive, empowering habits that you're introducing. Now, day 6, it's about the rest. Now, I laboured that last week about taking radical responsibility for your rest. You find and figure out what is going to fill your cup, what's going to re-energize you. On day 7, it's about the self-reflection. But this time, it's about, on day 4, we rewrote a story that was no longer serving us, that we're just replaying on repeat. And what we want is to let it go. But the way that we let it go is that we need to reframe it. We need to come up with something better, because otherwise we're just going to keep repeating the familiar loop, whether it is something that's given us pain, suffering, or pleasure, whatever it may be. You're just going to get kept stuck in that spiral. So it's about, what is that story that you're going to rewrite, and then let it go. Now you can create a ritual around that. You can actually write on a piece of paper, and then you can tear it up and you can burn it, provided you're doing it in a place that is not going to create a safety hazard for you. Or you can actually just put it in the garbage, or you can do a voice note and then you can delete it. Do something that's going to create that kind of mental imagery, but actual physical manifestation of it, where you are demonstrating, you are saying it out loud into the universe that I'm letting this story go. It no longer serves me, and I'm going to embrace something new that's going to empower me and inspire me to take consistent action. Now, in terms of the previous 4 weeks, the previous 3 weeks, I've been creating a PDF because I've got daily posts that I'm putting on LinkedIn. I've got a free resource. If you want to gain access to the previous 4 weeks, you can drop me an email. My details are in the description below, and I will share that with you. And you can have all 4 weeks. Or if you just want the 1 week, you just put in week 4, I'm in, and I'll send you just that specific week. Now, this is, as I said, we've got choices in life, and I want to encourage you to choose wisely. And by you choosing to watch this video, by you choosing to take some of these micro activities and actions, you are then providing the proof and evidence that you are showing up for yourself, that you are resilient, that you don't need to push through. You don't need to fit in to a stereotypical norm of what success and what authentic you really means. It's about you tapping into what is really authentic you and what inspires you to get up and be the best version of yourself for yourself and for the people that you surround yourself with. The world would be such a happier, more joyful place if we could all take the masks off and really show ourselves as our true authentic selves. Because, as I've mentioned in previous content of mine, I truly believe we are divine spiritual beings that are choosing to have this human life experience. And as a result, life is presenting us with people and circumstances to reveal where we are not truly free and where there is the opportunity for us to grow, expand, and learn that we are love, that we are worthy and deserving of loving ourselves unconditionally. And when we do that, then everything that we are dealing with in our life, everything that we're faced with, all our interactions and our relationships become more meaningful and richer as a result. I don't necessarily say that they're all going to be joyful and happy, because if that was the case, then it would be a flat line. And we need that emotional kind of waves, the peaks and troughs. But what we want to do is navigate through them in a way that actually gets us to consistently take action. Okay, if you have stuck to the end and you have liked this content, please like and subscribe if you've not already done so. If there's someone in your life that would benefit from a little bit of inspiration and a little bit of kind of virtual coaching, please share this video with them. So go out and seize the day, have the most amazing day, and maybe take at least 1 out of the 7 micro tasks that I've shared this week. For those of you that are brave enough, comment in the description below what is your biggest takeaway from today's video. And until the next one, bye.